guys, as you saw there, little preview, was a certain famous books, the Harry Potter franchise, which is what I'm going to be ranting about right now. I did do a kind of rant earlier, but video didn't work, like the problems, and so I'm not gonna talk about it as long as I tried the last one because it didn't work out. I just want to do a few little touch-ups on what I just like about Harry Potter, and I'm going to be doing a second one after this at some point, and I'll be talking about my fan fiction that I've written and my OC that goes along with that. So first things first, I'm wearing a shirt, and this is my house. I am in Hufflepuff. I'm in Hufflepuff house, and I know that because over 10 years ago I sorted myself on a site called Pottermore, and it was a little bit different to the one that's now. And the first time I took it, I was in Hufflepuff. So that's the house I'm in, and I like it because it's the house of loyalty. Now in the last one, I tried to go through the books, and I like nitpick the movies because I've got 8 movies there too. But it took too long. So what I'm going to do is, well, first of all, I started reading the books when I was about 12 years old, and I've been following them ever since. They've kind of been my life, my inspiration, and they're kind of what jump-started my imagination for writing and drawing and just everything, really. I mean, I've been drawing since I was a kid, but it kind of did a 180 flip for my drawing style, and it helped me a lot in general. It's even in years of developing that part of my mind has helped me grow the desire to write my own book. So thank you, J.K. Rowling, for giving me that inspiration. Just thumbs up. But before I forget, before I jump into it, I also did a shout out, celebrity shout out, but I kind of forgot, didn't I? Now in my last one, I briefly talked about Buffy and Alison Hannigan and how my favourite character was Willow, and I said there was a celebrity in there that made a surprising appearance that I was very surprised to see. I had no idea she was in it, and that was Amy Adams, and she is, right now, she's going to be one of my favourite actresses. A little bit biased, she's a redhead, and it's not just anime characters, like, because I like Urza, Scarlet from Fairy Tail. I love red hair. It's a recessive hair gene. It's not as common as, this is brown hair, and it's just a gorgeous hair color. I'm just drawn to it. And I've got a few friends with red hair, and I want to play with it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And there's a few movies that I've seen Amy Adams in. The first one I saw her in was Enchanted, with Patrick Dempsey and Idina Menzel, the voice actress for Elsa, and of course James Marsden, amazing singer that he is. It was really fun Disney film. I like watching it. I like singing along to it, and another movie that both me and my mum like that Amy Adams is in is Leap Year. And I've yet to go to Ireland. I've been to Scotland. I've been to England. Haven't been to Ireland yet. Kind of skipped over that one. That's a really good film. Yeah, but that's my shout out. So Harry Potter. I don't want to waste time nitpicking the movies because I grew up with the books. Okay, I read all the books I read each book before I saw the movie. So there was always at least one thing I was disappointed in, but I don't want to go on and on about that because we're going to be here for a while. The main thing I just want to do is talk a little bit about my two favorite characters from the movie is Hermione, and my main problem with her, Emma. You had everything I envisioned with Hermione in number 1, but then you grew up and puberty just agreed with you. You got too good looking. You can just walk around doing this, which means good looking sign. You got too pretty. Well, Hermione in my head was a plain looking girl who had slightly larger two front teeth and hair that just went like, I've got curly wavy-ish hair, but my hair's like super tame compared to Hermione's hair. But she did portray her very well. Like, she did the whole, I know everything, I'm book smart, this is how this spell goes, this is how this goes, and she did that very well. Especially with the very first scene that you see her. It's like, oh, are you doing magic? Let's see then. And she's just immediate criticism, And she sometimes does, in the book, she did more of like, this is how I think things should go, so this is how it's going to be. She made a few decisions here and there that the boys weren't too happy with. Like when she confiscated Harry's broom. This is the book. I'm talking about the book. She confiscated his broom and gave it to McGonagall without telling Harry. And he didn't even talk to her for a while. He's so upset. She does a lot of things like that. She thinks her decision is final. It's for the greater good, she says. One second. My kitties are in every video. Especially this one, because she's too cute. Yeah, Hermione. And of course, I like her for intelligence. She's just a natural when it comes to spells. Just adapting the camera a little bit. Yeah. But my favorite book character right now was Ginny. She just had the natural attitude, of course, also red hair. She just had that attitude that came from a girl that's been raised with 6 older brothers. I mean, I've got 2 older brothers myself, but I'm the youngest of 5. And I've also got 2 older sisters, so there's a balance there. So it brought out aspects of my life, have brought out, I'm mostly a tomboy. I'm sure you can tell by my dress. And I'm into sports. But I also have a feminine side as well. To an extent. And, hey, come on. So Ginny is a redhead tomboy that I just love. She's just sassy and she doesn't take crap from anybody. And she has so many lines in the books that just kind of made me go, well said. She just doesn't skip a beat. And Bonnie Wright played it very well. The only thing, Bonnie Wright came to Perth one year, and I hadn't decided that Ginny was my favourite yet, and I was still unsure. It's only in the last year or 2 that I decided Ginny's definitely my favourite book character. So I didn't feel the desire to go and to go say hi to her or meet her or whatever. But I saw her from a distance. Bonnie, don't know if you ever remember coming to Perth. this is what she does. She likes to use my hair as a blanket, so she kind of kneads away and buries her face in it. And you can hear her purring. So the one thing I didn't like about how they portrayed Ginny in the movies was how underrated she suddenly became. I just felt like she was a background character for a while. There was a little bit of focus of her in book 2 because of her being influenced by Tom Riddle's memory and being compelled to do all those bad things, killing the roosters and writing the message on the wall. And but after that, I feel like they didn't show how important she was until book 6. Like, of course she's important. She's Ron's sister. She had so much more role to play in the books. And just real quick, the way her and Harry got together was completely wrong. They didn't do it the right way. Yes, Raina. So in the movies, as you guys can see, they took the Half-Blood Prince's potions book and they took it the room requirement, and Ginny was like, close your eyes, and she was being all mysterious. That's not where their first kiss was. They completely changed it. If you remember, Harry, he shot Draco Malfoy with the Sectum Sempra, and he just about killed him. And when Snape found them, he gave Harry detention, and that detention in the book took away his chance to be in the Quidditch final. And Ginny had to be Seeker in his place. So after detention, Harry goes back to the common room, and he's met with the whole of Gryffindor. Just, yeah, Harry, we won! Like, it was like a big party going on. Ron was there and he was holding the trophy up, and everyone was celebrating. And then Ginny, who he was crushing on for a while, and book readers remember he has that weird monster thing in his chest, and growling at the very side of it, like some kind of masculine hormonal thing. And Ginny comes running up to him and she hugs him, and Harry spontaneously kisses her, and that's more or less how they got together officially. They're just such a drastic change. Yeah, so I missed out on that. But I do love Ginny. And I like how but in the final battle in the end, in number 7 part 2, she did have that understanding. Like, Harry didn't even need to explain that he had to go away somewhere. They just shared a moment, and she just said, I know. Like, I know what you need to do. You don't have to tell me. Like, I'm glad that they at least formed that bond with each other, that unspoken agreement. When it comes to ships, when I first generally read the books, I did lean more towards Harry and Hermione, the Harmony ship. But they downplayed a lot of those moments in the movies on purpose, I know, so they could lean more towards the ships that became Endgame. The only ship I had a problem with was Ron and Hermione. I just didn't feel anything. I'm sorry to all you Ron and Hermione shippers out there. It's just what I think. there are just some friends or couples that just bicker and argue the whole way through, and it just becomes annoying, and I don't feel any romance. Harry and Ginny I don't mind too much. Don't mind them too much, because at least Ginny always liked Harry from the very beginning. Like in book 2, she got a gnome to tackle Harry to the ground and sing a Valentine song to him from her. I'm embarrassing them both. He's got eyes the colour of a pickled toad, you know. It's just yee. So the only foundation Ron and Hermione has was that they were friends from the beginning. But I just didn't quite grasp the romantic foreshadowing. But that's just my opinion, okay? This is just me. You don't have to hate on me because that's just what I think. I don't hate on people that ship Ron and Hermione. I'm like, fine, go for it. It's your heart. It's your heart. It's your shipping mind. It's your life. Go for it. And but I just wanted to rant a little bit, show you how much I love the Harry Potter franchise. And just as a quick side note, I saw just pretty much all of them in the cinemas when they came out. And the only problem I had was that people keep saying Harry Potter's for little kids, blah blah. It's really not. The further down the story it goes, the darker it gets, and the more scary it gets for little kids. I was lined up outside the cinema to go see Goblet of Fire, and this is the book that Voldemort gets revived. So I was horrified to see a mother in there with her 4-year-old child. And I was like, why are you taking your child to see this? It's going to get really frightening for them. And I was right, because that very scene when the cauldron was bubbling and it deformed and turned into Voldemort's, I actually heard a kid crying because they were afraid. I was like, what did I tell you? This is a really dark movie. A lot of people die. So Harry Potter is not for little kids. Probably young, 10 years old and up at the youngest. I saw the first movie when I was 12 or so, and that's even when I started reading the books. So I was at least mature enough to handle a lot of that. So yeah, when I eventually have kids of my own, which we are trying, there'll be a certain age that I'll be introducing them to Harry Potter. But in the meantime, I will be raising them with another big thing that I'm into is Disney. I'm a 90s kid, so I grew up with heaps of Disney. So many classics that people have forgotten about. I'll rant about that another day. But I'll just end this one for here. This is part 1 of my Harry Potter rant. Part 2 will be my Harry Potter OC, and I'll briefly touch up on her character and her friends and her role in the book, or the story, and yeah, and some pictures I've drawn of her. So I'm just gonna sit here. And I'm expecting my parents to be here any minute now. So I'll have to catch up with you guys later. Say bye bye, Raina. Bye bye. See you all later.